What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining tonight. I know that you guys are always busy, just like myself, especially if you're a full-time reseller. So I went thrifting a little bit this morning. I did a little bit of shipping this morning, did a lot of listing, found out some bad news. I'll let you guys know once we get a little more people in here so that they can all hear the bad news and cry together with me. But I'm a little bummed out right now about the news that I received this morning. But how have sales been for everybody? Tonight's actually picked up quite a bit. Just sold a Supreme t-shirt for $111. So that's pretty nice. And I got it in a trade on Grailed. So that helped quite a bit with the daily total. Sold a few other items. Grailed has been pretty good for me today. I got about, I think 3 sales on there today, which is kind of a lot for me. No, the overseas shipment, I think it's in London right now. So the guy messaged me a few days ago asking where it was at. And I was like, dude, the tracking's right on the order. So, but got that all figured out. I hate it when people ask me what the tracking number is when it's exactly right on their order anyway. But that's good. So Bethany's had a good sales day. Bonnie's had a good sales day, so that's good. This past weekend might have been one of the worst weekends that I've had since I went full time. Actually, it may not have been that bad. I didn't total my numbers. I'm kind of I'm still in the fourth quarter, everything sells mode. So I need to adjust my standards a little bit, knowing that it's going to curtail the next few months. But I mean, if you don't have high standards, then you're not doing something. But yeah, so I went this morning. I hit a smaller thrift store in my area and got a few things. So thanks for coming out. I'll wait a few more minutes to hopefully get a few of the stragglers hanging around. Yes, we know, Bethany. We all know you're only here for Potty. Potty's the best. She's hooking me up with a bunch of stuff. I do have to do a few things. Let's see. So what do we want to do on the show tonight? So you want me to go? Obviously, I'm going to go over what I found this morning. I also have a bunch of stuff pulled already that I need to ship out. I can go over that. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to do some Q&A, if you guys want to make more jokes about Bethany and I having a fake internet relationship. Hopefully it doesn't turn into that tonight again. But yeah, I'll start out with, so here we go. So I'll start out with what I found this morning, then what I sold today, and then maybe a little bit of Q&A. So that will be the show tonight. So I'm glad. Yes, so everyone does love the live cooking shows. I don't know. I know they're definitely laughing at me. I think you guys also feel bad for me because I'm quite helpless when I am in the kitchen. But it's all right. I'll learn one day that bowls of cereal, macaroni and cheese, and stuff to put in the oven is not actual meals. But for right now, it's doing its thing. But all right, let's get started on what I found today. It's a smaller thrift store, but I did find a few good things. And everything was anywhere between, so most of the clothes that I bought was anywhere between $2 and $4. And then a few of the suit coats that I'm going to show you were like $7 or something. I'll let you guys know the prices when I go over them. But always love finding these vintage Guess denim jeans. I need to start copying State's Place a little bit and get the tag up in the corner. but I don't want to copy her too much. I feel bad. Yeah, some vintage Guess jeans. I've never found them in this color, actually. These are nice green, nice Michigan State green. Good size. They're actually my size, 30 by 32. So hopefully they do sell quickly to some hipster in New York or something. Those were $4. Baseball season is upon us, so I started picking up baseball gear. This is just this is the Majestic Cooperstown collection Boston Red Sox t-shirt. It's kind of heavy and it's embroidered, so I'll probably get about 20 to 22 bucks for it. I paid $2 for it. So I have never picked up Old Navy before, but I've heard that it sells somewhat decently, so I figured I'll take a chance on it. It was only $2, just like a thin hoodie, size small. I don't even know if it's going to go for that much. I didn't look up comps, but I'm all about testing stuff to see what works and what doesn't, especially if it's a small investment for like $2. I think that's important in this business to kind of do a little bit of your own research in store. Obviously, if you're not sure of something, look up the completeds, but take a chance on some things because, I mean, the best way to learn is to fail. So, and I fail multiple times a day, but that's what motivates me to continue doing this and keep running my business that way. So pick up stuff, get out of your comfort zone, and you'll grow exponentially once you get out of your comfort zone. So I got a few, I haven't really picked up a lot, or I've been lately picking up a lot of suit coats. But yeah, here's a Hugo Boss. I love selling Hugo Boss. I think this is a two-button suit coat. This was $7. I'll probably ask anywhere from 35 to 50. I need to look up comps. A lot of Hugo Boss, they have different names, like their suits have different names. And usually you can find that on the tag. So like this one's called the Jam 76/Sharp 1. You know what I hate? Is picking up suit coats that don't have the size on them, which is a lot of the higher end brands actually don't have sizing in them because they're really made to be custom anyway. So it gets a little annoying, but this was on there. Thought I saw a hole. Thank God there isn't one there. But yeah, that was $7. I got 3 actually. Here's another. Someone donated there. Either some old person died and I now own all his Hugo Boss suit coats, or some rich dude needed a wardrobe upgrade for probably the 4th time this year. So yeah, another Hugo Boss. Broken button on the inside, but that should be fine. Just I'll note it on the listing. But yeah, I love selling the suit coats. If you can find, obviously, 2-piece suits sell a lot better, but none of those had any matching pants, and I even looked in the dress pants section, couldn't find any of them. So some dude just donated all of his suit coats, kept all the pants. Again, another nice checked Hugo Boss suit coat, $7. Again, I'll ask like 35 to 50. Here's a nice gaudy Express 1MX fitted, or modern fit. This is a modern fit, small. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead in this, but I'm sure some guy in Miami will be dancing his ass off in the club with this nice gaudy lime green. That was, I think that was $4. It was either $2 or $4. I typically get about 15 to 20 on those. So again, here's another brand that I've never picked up before. It's called Saturday's Surf. You probably can't really see the tag, but Saturday's Surf NYC is the brand. And I looked up comps and I was like, damn, these things are selling for a lot. So I think a bunch of the completeds were anywhere between like 30 and 50 bucks for these dress shirts. So this was a nice pickup, and I think I only paid $2 for it. Here's another $2 Nike Golf, just a standard Nike Golf polo. It's kind of reddish pink. I don't think it's fading. I think that's just the color. But yeah, usually I get about 15 to 20 bucks on these. I don't really like to pick up Nike Golf polos anymore, especially ones that are kind of plain like this one. But since it was fairly cheap, I don't have much into it. I can sit on it for a little bit or take a lower price if someone decides to offer. Here was another company that I've never picked up before, never even heard of. It's probably gonna be hard to see the tag, but it's called Cooper Jones. This is the linen short sleeve shirt. The comps are kind of everywhere on this that I looked up, but I figure I'll get like, hold on, my phone is blowing up. Holy goodness. I'll probably ask about 20 to 25 on this because there are quite a few broken buttons, which is fine. Like, buttons are easy to replace. And a lot of men don't really mind that much. They can either get someone else to replace them or take them to someone. Getting so much menswear and branching out. Good. I'm glad. I'm trying to branch out a little bit too, and that's why I got this super sexy women's blazer. I looked up, so I reached out to Hazel Hearts Vintage on this. I actually sent this picture to the Deal Queen first, and she looked up, like she just Googled the brand. It's called Mary Collection by Mary McFadden. I don't know if you guys, the light's kind of messing everything up. It's kind of hard to see, but she was like, holy shit, these sell for a lot, at least retail. But comps looked everywhere on these. I think I only paid $4, so I took a chance on it. So it's 100% silk, made in the USA. It's kind of I think it's a more vintage brand, but some older lady will be looking fly with some flower petals on her shoulders. Picked up another women's brand, or not a women's brand, but women's pants. Merrill always does pretty well for me. It's an outdoor, like hiking, kind of like a North Face or Patagonia. These are some like polyester. I think they're full pants, maybe cropped. I don't know. Women have so many styles. They're so confusing, and they have different names, like weird names for items. Especially tops. I have to like Google a bunch of stuff. If I ever sell like a random women's brand, I have to Google a bunch of like whatever they are. Like you guys have like cap sleeves, frilly sleeves, spaghetti strap. I don't know. There's too much to keep track of. That's why I keep in the men's realm for the most part. Again, This was a sourcing trip of picking up items that I usually don't sell. Again, like step out of your comfort zone. See, I can't even talk right now. Step out of your comfort zone and buy some random stuff. I mean, test it out. If it looks like it's good quality, pick it up. And so that's what I did with this. This is a brand called Dixon Jenkins. This is like a cowboy snap button. I love selling snap button shirts. So if you don't know what a snap button is, it's literally a button that snaps. And they usually have like this pearl like button. And yeah, again, they're just a typical one. But yeah, these Western cowboy type shirts always sell well. Really almost no matter what the brand is, actually, I've learned. Like I've picked up random brands in this style, and they seem to do pretty well. I forgot what the comps were on that, but I think they were decently high, like maybe 25 to $35. So that was a nice surprise. So I'm gonna actually try to run this one through the wash because I noticed a small stain when I got home. But this is just a Charles Tyrwhitt non-iron slim fit dress shirt. Hopefully this will come out. Someone reached out to me on Instagram, I forget who, and they told me about, I think it's called like Felpa or something, some like bar, stain remover bar that works really well actually. I use it on a white pair of shoes, like these kid shoes, and because all the inside was super dirty, and I just scrubbed the hell out of it with it and then threw them in the wash, and they came out looking crispy. So I am forever grateful for that person. I feel bad because I don't remember their name or their Instagram name, but hopefully it works on this stain. If not, I'm throwing it out. Just kidding. I will continue to use it because it did work well. What are these? What are those? These are Banana Republic straight fit Gavin chino dress pants. So these usually I get about 26 to 30 or like 25 to 32 bucks on these. I usually list them at like $31.99 or best offer, and then I'll take an offer of anywhere from 25 to full asking price if it sells. Here's another pair of dress pants. So Gap, I don't usually pick up a bunch of Gap, but when I do, it does sell pretty well for me, and it sells pretty quickly. So especially jeans, like their jeans sell decently well. I think anywhere from like 22 to 27 bucks. Dress pants again, about the same price. I'll probably put these at $24.99. These are straight fit khakis. So again, I think those were only $2. Here's a brand new pair of Ralph Lauren dress pants. So this thrift store, most of the items are, or most of the clothing items are $4 unless it's the colored tag sale, and they're either 50 cents or half off. And then most of their new with tag stuff, they price higher. So these were $8.50, but I usually get about 40 bucks for new with tags. New with tags, Ralph Lauren stuff. Huh. That's different. They sewed the tag above the Ralph Lauren one. Never seen that before. Smart though, because this is a big ass tag that'll be hanging down, scratching the small of your back. Again, this is a pretty small haul, so I'm gonna wrap up this haul with what I sold today. I didn't sell a ton, but I got a few decently high priced items, and a lot of my items that sold were for full asking price too, so that was pretty nice. But yeah, here's just a standard pair of Brooks Brothers. These are Brooks Brothers Advantage Chino Elliott. So when you wear these, they give you the advantage. You think Jim Harbaugh, Michigan's football coach, wears these? Nah, he's in some Nike khakis. All right, so here, I found this. So this is funny because I always wanted a Nutribullet, and so I went out and bought one, and literally like a week after I bought one, I found a brand new one at the thrift store, because I bought mine at Target, of course. And then now I just found another brand new one. Like, it doesn't really look brand new. The box is pretty beat up, but everything is sealed in it. So like, still got the booklets up here. But yeah, brand new in box, Nutribullet. I put this up on Offer Up and Let's Go already, because it's kind of heavy and I'd rather not ship it or take the time to list it, but there were no bites on it yet, so I will obviously list it on eBay tomorrow morning. But yeah, this is only $6.50, so that was a nice surprise. Oh, is he really? He's in Lululemon? Don't tell Nike that. They might actually get pissed. This was kind of a cool find. I looked this up in store, the completeds. They're kind of everywhere, but this came in the box still. It still actually has the original price tag on it of $59.98, but it is a model train control. And if you guys know anything about model train people, they're insane with their collection. They spend top dollar on everything because they want everything to run correctly. But I think most of the completeds were like 25 to 40 bucks or so. A lot of the lower end ones didn't come with the box or anything. But yeah, this is $4. Oh, hey, Mackenzie. Nice of you to join us. Welcome to the chat. Are all these apps on your phone? Yes, all my apps. That's why my phone is currently blowing up really bad right now. But yeah, every single app is on my phone, so I'm constantly charging my phone all day between Instagram, the live cooking shows on my Instagram. So yes. All right, so my very last find was this heavy duty. I don't know. It's a F&E check protector. So whatever the hell that means. But it's kind of cool because it still has its so there's this little slot down here that holds the ink. So F&E indelible ink, and it's still in there actually with its spoon. This looks kind of iffy. Probably get some tetanus from it. It's a little rusted, but yeah, made in Chicago, Illinois, by F&E, no, the Hedman Company. So I'll throw this up on Etsy and eBay. I think eBay comps were looking like 40 or 50 bucks, depending on the condition. So I'll clean it up a little bit. There's some tape on the front of it, but this is only $6. It's pretty heavy. Yes, Reagan, I have straightened my hair before. Some ex-girlfriends actually straightened my hair before. They thought it would be funny. So yeah, those were my college days of trying to please everyone. So I decided to straighten my hair. I think I straightened it a couple times in college. I didn't obviously leave the house with it straightened because I looked really weird. All right, so that is my thrift haul. So now let's get into, do you guys want to do Q&A first, or do you want me to go over some of the things that I sold today? What would you guys like for me to do? Just throw it in the chat if you guys want me to go over what sold, or if you want me to answer a few questions in here that you guys might have about reselling. Probably not stuff about hitting on me, but any other kind of weird question, that'd be cool. All right, it looks like sold is the winner. All right, so what we have here is a 3D mystery puzzle. I've sold these a few times actually, so I think they're vintage-ish. It's a 3D mystery jigsaw puzzle. This sold, I think, for like 16 or 17 bucks. I don't know. I don't know why people like to do 3D puzzles. They're kind of weird, but I like doing puzzles, but not 3D ones. Actually, like, yeah, puzzles are like my favorite pastime. All right, so this was a grailed sale. So story on this. This is a Supreme. Supreme's a huge brand. It's actually kind of a cool shirt. But yeah, so this, let me tell you the story on this. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I already posted about it. But you guys already, so if you guys already know the story if you follow me on Instagram, but I'll repeat it again. So a guy contacted me roughly about a month ago. I had a vintage Tommy Hilfiger like spell out crew neck sweater up there for 50 bucks. And he's like, hey, I have this Supreme t-shirt and I was just wondering if you want to do a trade. And usually I don't do any trades, but I mean, Supreme sells a lot better than Tommy Hilfiger. So I was like, yeah, sure, but you have to ship first. Obviously I have a lot higher feedback and I have the sales track record to back me up. So I told him he had to ship it first. And once I received it, then I would ship him the crew neck sweater. And so I did. And yeah, like this sold for 111 bucks today to a guy out in Oregon. And so I think I paid originally for the vintage Tommy Hilfiger sweater. I think I paid like $4 or $5, paid another $5 to ship it to him. So really I made roughly, after fees and stuff, I probably made 85 to 90 bucks total on this. Yeah, Sarah, you get to see what I deal with on these live chats. Here's just a Tommy Bahama silk blend. It's silk and cotton V-neck sweater, I think. Yeah. This sold for 20 bucks. I took a best offer of 20 on it. So a lot of Tommy Bahama, if it's plain like that or like a smaller size. So that one was medium. They don't sell that well. They sell okay, but if you can get like the new tags, like silk, floral, Hawaiian shirts, then you're gonna do a lot better. And yes, Supreme is the brand. Good luck ever finding it though. So they have a huge following. They do a lot of collaborations with very large companies. So they've done collaborations with, I think they just did one with Gucci. Yeah, I think they did one with Gucci. Or no, Louis Vuitton. They just did one with Louis Vuitton. They've done stuff with North Face, just about like Nike, just about any big company you can think of. They do collaboration and their stuff sells out like crazy. So, and people like riot over, like it's ridiculous. So that's the first Supreme piece I've ever had. And the only reason I got it was because a guy wanted to trade for me for another piece that I had. And again, I don't usually do trades, so, but I knew that was worth it. Again, swim season's here, so I sold another pair of these little tight jammers for 16 bucks, 16, 19. They're new with tags. I found a bunch of them a while ago, so these been sitting for a while because I think I found them after the original like high school swimming season. So now that they're back, I've sold probably like 4 or 5 in the past like week and a half. This one sold for 20 bucks, full asking price. It's a majestic Kansas City Royals spring training t-shirt. So usually I would have never picked this up, but since it was a spring training t-shirt, it's a little more, it was a little more unique in my mind because usually it doesn't really make sense why they would ever release anything that was spring training. So maybe one of the players owned it, who knows? Here's another brand I don't pick up, but denim is hot right now. Land's End. I just took a chance on it. I think it was $1. This sold for full asking price, so I listed it for $21.99, and then I ran a 10% off sale to hopefully get sales picking up, and so it ended up selling with after the 10% off at full price for $19.79. Here was another Grailed sale today. This vintage Nautica big logo spell out. Funny story. So again, if you've watched my YouTube videos in the past, oh nice, someone left a nice present for me in here. If you have seen my YouTube videos in the past, you know that I list items for hire on Grailed, because how Grailed works is every 8 days you can bump up the item in the search listing so that your product's right in front of people's faces. And after 30 days of things not listing or not selling, you then have to take 10% off the asking price to bump it to the top. And so with that in mind, I price items higher on Grailed than I would on eBay. So this shirt was actually up on eBay for $22.49, and it sold on Grailed for $38. Full asking price, which again, usually doesn't happen that much on Grailed. So my biggest pet peeve with Grailed is if someone, you get a lot of offers, but even if you accept the offer, they still need to log into PayPal or log into Grailed and still pay. And so the item's still available for sale, even on Grailed. Even if you accept the offer, the item's still available for sale, even if they haven't paid yet. So that's kind of nice in that way, but it's a bit annoying. I like Poshmark in the sense that if someone offers you and you accept it, it automatically charges their credit card. I feel like eBay should kind of take that same approach on like our best offers, because it gets annoying, and then Grailed should follow suit. But again, since Poshmark is conducting their own in-house payment system through credit card services, they're able to charge your credit card directly. But since eBay and PayPal are separate companies, it's hard to force that company to automatically like speak with each other. I don't know. So that's my little ramble. How's it going? 10K on the bay. been loving your stuff lately. Love your motivation, your hustle, your drive. It's been helping me too. I enjoy watching your live Instagram stuff and hearing your thoughts on expanding. So I wish you luck, man. Appreciate it. I'll have to get you on the show for an interview soon. So this week, I'm going to start my first interview. So on Wednesday, Coast Reseller. Next week, I'm going to have Picking Vintage. The week after that, I'm going to have Eat, Sleep, Thrift on. And then maybe in a month or so, hit me up, DM me 10K on the Bay about setting up an interview in about a month. Or maybe I can start doing like 2 interviews a week. But yeah, shoot me a DM or I'll shoot you a DM after this and we'll try to link up. Here's another Grailed sale. Reversible. I love selling vintage Marlboro cigarette company, obviously. This stuff sells very well. This sold on Grailed for $35. Interest on it on eBay for $40. So I did take a $5 cut on it, but the fees on Grailed are 5% lower than eBay. So the Grailed percentage is 9% flat rate, and it's all conducted through PayPal. So yeah, Marlboro always sells well. The fanny pack should sell pretty well. I'd throw it up on Grailed. You probably get about 25 to 30 bucks on it there. Again, this one was from my health and beauty lots that I used to buy last summer that I stopped buying because, again, I didn't know what the condition was going to be. But yeah, this is what I use on my hair to get it all super nice. Just kidding. I don't do anything to my hair. InstaWave Kiss. Never even heard of it. This thing looks like a torture device. I don't even, like, what the fuck are these prongs? What do these prongs do? Like, I respect all you ladies out there that put yourself through using items like this to curl your hair. So props to all you ladies. Another FootJoy polo sold for full asking price. This cost me $3. Sold it on eBay for $19.99. And I might be down to like 1 or 2 last FootJoy polos. If you guys followed me, I think like 2 weeks ago, Rainbow Jim, because he literally had every single color FootJoy ever in solid and striped coloring, decided to donate it. I can almost guarantee he probably died, and his family donated all of that. It's weird to think that, yeah, if you buy some shoes from the thrift store and keep them, they're most likely a dead man. Like men's shoes, men don't really donate their shoes unless they die. So if the FJ is on the collar, it's like $50. Really? I've sold FootJoys on the collar and didn't get, I mean, I guess it didn't ask for $50. Usually it's, I mean, FootJoy's on the back here. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a quick flipper. I would say like I'm in the medium range. So I usually only price FootJoy polos for like $20. Maybe I should ask for more if I find some stuff on the collar. So I found these 2 polos independent of each other, but they both sold to the same person. I usually don't pick up the brand Ping, but since they had the Alabama Roll Tide on it, I picked them up. I think I found this one first, and then I found this one, same size, like 4 or 5 days later. But yeah, they're going to the same person. I took a best offer. So if someone's offering me on multiple items, I'll take less because I know that I'm going to be able to do combined shipping. So yeah, this is going to some guy, I don't even know, probably Alabama, because everyone outside of Alabama usually doesn't like Alabama fans. So fun story, when we got our asses kicked, Michigan State got our asses kicked in the college football playoffs. We partied a little bit with some of the Alabama fans, and it was fun because you could like openly make fun of them, and they were. I mean, I don't know if they didn't understand that we were making fun of them a little bit, but no, they're actually a good time. They're actually very, very down to earth fans. I mean, they know they're good, and they are good. So they're actually hospitable. They're nice people. Love selling Harley Davidson stuff. This is new with tags. Harley Davidson hat. Hats always sell well for me and sell very quickly. This sold for, I took a best offer of $25 on it. So not a bad little sale. I think I only paid like $1 or $2 for it. Here's a Ralph Lauren. So usually I don't pick up a lot of Ralph Lauren if it doesn't have the pony on it. Again, if you watch my YouTube videos, you know that people like to show off their labels. They want to show that they can afford a $100 dress shirt or $120 dress shirt. But this was made of silk. It was a silk and cotton blend dress shirt. So I picked it up. I think it sold for like 15 or 16 bucks. I probably paid like 2 or 3 for it. So I used to never pick up Puma, but Puma has been selling well lately. They have some gaudy stuff. It's usually only the Puma sell stuff. Like it'll tell you. You probably can't really see it, but the sell is on there. It's like their lifestyle kind of more like polyester stuff, athletic gear. But yeah, this sold for like 14 or 15 bucks. I probably paid like 2 on it. So after fees and everything, I'll make it like a $9 profit or something. Not too bad. 400% return on my monies. Here's some Nike golf golfing shorts. Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking on that, but yeah, some golfing shorts. Those sold for $22.50, I think. I picked these up about a week ago. For $3. Last but not least, actually, I did sell a few things already. Peeking at my phone real quick, so that I'm not gonna go pick them up, but I do have a few more sales already. But yeah, this Masters is next week, so this is the Masters logo. So if you ever find this logo, always pick this up because they do sell pretty well. This is the Clubhouse collection one. Usually, if it's the official Masters one, I think this still is the official Masters brand, but this sold for $22.50. I have no idea what I paid for it. I think it's been sitting for about a month. That's the other thing, like Masters stuff typically only sells pretty well only when the Masters is coming up, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, those have been my sales all day so far. Yeah, Augusta National used to only be men. That is true. Unfortunate. But yeah, that is everything that I sold. So if you guys, now I want to open up the platform for any questions, comments, criticisms, any thoughts in your head. They're all good for me. I usually don't get offended at all about anything. Yeah, Masters hats always sell well. Yes, definitely post that jacket, especially now. So the Masters, I think it starts August 6th. How many listens do you have? I think just under 2,000 or so. Do you do anything as far as packaging or just throw it in a poly bag? Yeah, so I usually, if it's 16 ounces or less, I think these are 10 by 13 or 9 by 12, something like that. The link's in my video description on where you can buy them. But yeah, I usually use these if it's 16 ounces or less. And then obviously any priority mail. My next step would be the priority mail flat rate envelopes. I like to use these ones. So these are the legal sized. These are wider and typically can fit jeans a lot better. My inventory system, I made a YouTube video. So if you look back like 2 or 3 YouTube videos ago, I go over, it's a quick 5-minute video about my inventory system. So when I used to live in an apartment last year, and so it was originally when I was still in college or in grad school, before I dropped out, I still had to obviously finish out my lease. I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, so everything was in bins stacked up in my walk-in closet. Like it was, oh my goodness, it was hectic. My entire kitchen / dining room was wall to wall with boxes of stuff because I was doing liquidation lots at that time too. So that was always a fun time. And then now I'm in a 3-bedroom house. I don't know why it's 3 bedrooms. I don't need 3 bedrooms because I live alone and I'm single, so it's not like I have a family or anything. So I'm in my office right now, and then my master bedroom's across the way, and then my like kind of I have a huge shoe collection, and so the other room is kind of filled with a bunch of shoes. So I need to sell a bunch of them because I have over 200 pairs of shoes, I think. Yeah, about 200. So yeah, I do not have a family yet. I don't know if I plan on getting one anytime soon. But yep. But everything's stored in my basement. So I have a full basement downstairs, but everything's hanging. And then I still have the bins from leftover stuff that hasn't sold. Bed bugs, yep. I have bed bugs. Personally, I have bed bugs. Do I wash my items? Nope. I wash them in dirt, actually. And let's see. Yeah. The red room. Do you include the packing slip and do you include a business card? Yeah, so I have some business cards that I made up. Kind of hard to see, or I didn't make them up, Vistaprint did, but it has my logo on it, and then my Instagram, my eBay store. I do have a Facebook. So I used to, before I went full-time reselling, I had my own Shopify website, and my buddy who lives in New Zealand, he's from New Zealand, me and him ran the website. So in New Zealand, streetwear is very popular, and they pay a lot of money for it. So what I used to do is ship a bunch of vintage, like Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger stuff to him, and then he would sell it there, and then we'd try to sell it through our website. It was very time intensive, and it cost a lot of money to ship those items. I used to vacuum pack them, actually, so I used to get like 70 to 100 items in one box, and it would cost me about $150 to ship it over there. But yeah, again, it was very labor intensive, so I ended up breaking even on the whole process. But it was fun to learn. Like, I learned how to run my own website, manage my own website. So essentially I broke even to learn a lot of lessons that when I do open up another website in the future, because I believe that you should control your own destiny and have your own destiny in your hands and not rely on platforms like eBay, Amazon, Etsy, or whatever, because at a drop of a hat, they can change something that would fuck up your entire business model. And so if you have control over your own business fully, like by running your own website, then you don't have to worry about those. And obviously the fees are going to be a lot lower, but you're trading those fees and millions of eyeballs for Google AdWords and slowly trickling people to your store. But yep. Mackenzie, you're fine. You're fine. Do you even thrift? How many shops are on the route each week? I only thrift typically twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. I've been thrifting a little bit more because I have assistants now. Oh, that reminds me, the bad news. So I found out my main assistant from South Africa, so her main job is to nanny or au pair. She's through some program that matches her with, and then they get to come over from foreign countries like South Africa, Germany, stuff like that, and have a host family to live with. Well, it didn't work out with her host family apparently, so she has to get rematched, and so she's going to be leaving me. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, right now I've been thrifting more, but it's probably going to curtail since I'm losing her. But yeah, there's some good thrift stores around me, so I don't have to thrift that much to get a bunch of items. Some say not to include a packing slip because customers see what they paid and get buyer's remorse. So yeah, I don't put any packing slip. The only slip that I put in would be my business card. On average, how many items do you need to have listed to start selling something every day? You could have one item and sell it every single day if it's a good item that people want. Like, I think people get caught up with how many items are in their store and really need to worry about sourcing good items, good brand items that you know sell or you've seen sell consistently for other bigger resellers. Have good pictures, have good keywords in your title, have good descriptions, and you'll sell. Like, I kind of proved that point. If you watch any of my last videos or earlier videos, I did a little test. So my buddy who lives in Chicago has a brand new eBay account where he has like 24 feedback. Most of it's from buying. I listed a bunch of items on his eBay and I sold 20 of those FootJoy polos in the first 3 days. So again, source good products, have good pictures, have good titles, and you can pretty much sell if you have 5 or 10 items in your store. Like, it's fine. And yeah, everyone's crowd is super different. How many thrift shops do you hit up in a week? So between the 2 days, I would say I usually hit one on Wednesday, and then Friday I try to hit 4. But this morning I hit this one this morning. Tomorrow I'm gonna source, and then Wednesday I'm doing a takeover of State's Place YouTube channel. So I'm gonna have to source again. I mean, I already sourced on Wednesday, so I just want to have like a decent amount of stuff to make it last the entire hour. So that's going to be a fun time. So yeah, Nicole reached out to me a few days ago and asked me to take over her YouTube for one day. So come hang out. I'll try to make it as fun as possible, and we'll have a good time. State's Place list every day. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I list every single day. It's it comes down to time management and discipline, really. As long as you have good time management and if you work hard, like, it's not hard to list every single day. Just thrifted. I can't list every day. I need my weekends. Yeah. I try to list every weekend, at least if I can get up 10 items in the morning, unless I'm super hungover, then it's like mid-afternoon at that point. But yeah, I try to get up at least 10 listings each day on the weekends too. Yeah, again, Crystal says it's hard because she has a 19-month-old. Yeah, I'm single. I don't have any kids to take care of. I don't have a family to worry about. So yeah, everyone's situation is going to be way different. I'm just telling you that you can list every single day, but obviously there's circumstances where you might not be able to, and that's perfectly fine. Again, this business it's wildly different across the board because we're all at very different points in our life. Some people have families, some people don't. I've been doing this since I was 17, so I have a lot of years of experience of really learning what sells, what doesn't, little tweaks that I can do, stuff like that. And that, I mean, that's true with any job. You learn or you have more tips and you know more, obviously, throughout the years, as long as you're not dense. Yeah, Grailed's pretty good. Grailed's not for just lower end brands though, so don't flood that website with some garbage like standard Ralph Lauren stuff. I don't put up there. Most of my stuff is vintage. Most of the stuff I put up on Grailed or vintage items. If I had 20 kids, would they list for you? Definitely. Oh my goodness. If I had 20 kids, they would be from like right when they could learn to read, they would be on that. Just 20 computers set up. It'd be just like a little kid sweatshop running. Vogue Squared sweatshop. Yeah, so I don't really cook that much, Eddie Murphy. So I'll try to do more cooking shows. I might just pivot my entire business model, my YouTube, and start doing cooking with Vogue Squared. Like that seems to get more attention than my eBay sales lately. Yeah, Bethany, you do need to come out with a new YouTube video. Interview me. I'll get on there. Trying to get my son to come thrift shopping with me. He refuses. Yeah. It's a different breed to walk into a thrift store and get someone to walk in there with you. So I'm really jealous of the couples that do it together. Because if I could get a girl that loves thrifting as much as I do and only sells women's clothing, that'd be amazing. Because then we could just walk into a store and spend $1,000 easily. I don't go to the bins either. I think the closest bin is like 2 hours away from me. Well, I think there's some actually in like Detroit area, but yeah, I've never been. Yeah, Yvette says you can list every day by doing extra drafts during week and schedule items to go active on the weekends. Yep, that's very true. Gee, that sounds like that. Yeah, I do. 10K on the Bay. Are you going to be at the reseller rally? I'm assuming if you're saying you're excited to meet us. Yeah, the reseller rally is going to be a fun time. So if you guys got tickets, I'm very excited to see you guys too. Nice. Mommy reporter dropping some hints. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions that I may have missed. Do you guys have any other questions? Oh yeah. So the bad news was that I'm losing my assistant because she's getting rematched with a new family, so that kind of sucks. Do I have any pets? No. I don't mind pets, but I think having pets in this business can be a hairy situation. No, I just don't have any pets. So I rent this house, and I think I have to pay extra to have a pet. So I don't really want to do that. And yes, Potty Mouth Motivator is the mom of all moms. Let's see what else. Yeah, Seattle would be a fun time to go out. I've heard only good things. So my buddy, who's doing his MBA at Michigan State, also, he's going to be out in. I know it's not Seattle, but he got his internship at Nike, so he's going to be out in Portland this summer. So I'm probably going to go out there and see him. Stop by, hit up Nicole and Joe, hang out with them for a little bit, maybe get the lowdown on their bin situation. My sell-through rate, well, past 4 days haven't been too hot, but I would say between all my platforms, I probably have sold over this month has actually been pretty good. So I would say I'm close to almost 1,000 items sold this month between every single platform. So whatever that is, I don't really keep track of the sell-through. I'm a bad reseller in the sense of numbers, like looking at the business, but I'm only trying to, so I went full-time last January 2016. So right now, the only numbers I'm really comparing is how much I did in sales last year compared to this year. So March of last year, I think I did like 15 or 16,000 for the month. And then this month I am on track. Let me see real quick. This month I'm on track for, what is there, 4 days left, probably 25,000 in sales on the month. So yeah, grew up by almost 10,000 already from last year. So as long as I can, if I could grow in the slower months, if I could grow $10,000 a month from last year, and then in the bigger months grow double that, 15 or 20,000 extra, hit my goals for the year. Oh, have I? So Chelsea asks, have you ever accidentally sent people the wrong items and what you do? Asking for a friend. Yes, I do. And it happened to me last week, I think. So the person, I did send him the right item, but I sent him a different item. So what happened, I sold an item on Grailed, and I don't know how this happened, but I must have stuck the label or printed off 2 labels and sent them to the same person. So what I ended up doing was I just refunded the guy, apologized to him, and then told him if he's interested in another item, I'll give him 10% off of it. So you don't want to piss off your customers, and they could be future customers again. So usually what I do is have them pick out an item, and then I give them 10% off of it, and then it's a wash from there, and then hopefully they'll come back again. What's your average sales price? I would have to look that up. I think it's like 35-ish or so, maybe a little less, 30 to 35 bucks, I think. I know you offer free shipping. How do you not get charged a lot of extra money when you use global shipping? Example, if it costs $25 to send to Canada, are you stuck with the charge? So how the global shipping program works is eBay actually does a separate shipping charge that you don't really see at all. And you just send the item to their distribution center in Kentucky. And so it's still domestic shipping. So whatever the costs are, so I'm not out any extra money. PayPal does charge you more in fees on international payments though. It's not a bunch more though. How do I find good creative listing keywords? I mean, really, what I do, I mean, since I've been doing it so long, I've tweaked the process every now and again. But look at, look to see what people post on Instagram when they do screenshots of items that sold. Look at their keywords, look at how they set up their titles, and then copy it. I mean, that's the best way, I think. Any other questions out there? I think I'm caught up. How many items do you sell a month and how many do you list a month? So again, this month I'm probably, between all my platforms, sold just over 1,000 items or so. And how much do I list a month? Probably roughly that. I probably put up about 200 listings a week, maybe a little more. Actually, yeah, probably a little more than that. So I would say, yeah, it's probably a wash. Sell about 800 to 1,000 items a month, and then list about 800 to 1,000 items a month. Do you see yourself doing this for a lifelong career? I hope so. I'm not really marketable to any employers, so I graduated my undergrad with an education major, but at Michigan State to get certified in the state of Michigan. So, or to get licensed, I think it is. So technically I'm certified to be a teacher because I passed the certification test, but I'm not licensed because I didn't do the year-long internship. So you have to do a year-long unpaid internship through Michigan State. Usually, depending on your major, you'll do like a middle school or elementary school the first semester, and then the second semester you'll do a high school. So when I graduated, I wanted to continue running. I joined a professional running team here where I live now in Ann Arbor because I wanted to see how far I could go with running, and I didn't go that far. So I stopped running fully competitively like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Went back to school to get my MBA, dropped out after first semester, and have been doing this full time ever since. Josh, do you have more than 1 or 2 eBay accounts? I have 4, got rid of 1, thinking of getting rid of another. Hand them off to me, I'll take them. I have 2 eBay accounts. So yeah, I have to. Health insurance, how do you get it as a reseller? Obamacare. Yeah, that's what I did. So I just paid, like I just went through the government website, signed up. It's confusing as fuck. I don't know what plan I really got. I pay roughly, I think I pay $217 a month for me, single healthy person. So that's fun. I think it's a tax write-off though, so. No Obamacare, says Bethany. I just didn't want to get hit with the fee of not having it. They aren't connected per se. You can use your prior accounts where you get listings lifted. Yeah. How often do you run the 10% off sale? Lately, it's been every single day. These past 4 or 5 days because sales have been so bad. But usually I do it on my off days, or like historically off days. So my worst days are typically Wednesdays, Fridays, obviously for very obvious reasons, because people are getting out of work and going to drink their face off. They're not on eBay until hopefully at night when they're shit-faced and buying stuff drunk. But so usually I'll run it on Wednesdays. I only do 1 day, 10% off sales, and I only do 10% off. So Wednesdays and then Fridays, sometimes Saturday, because then it'll run to the end of Sunday night, and Sunday night sales are usually good for me too. Wait, what did it say? Ends in retirement are like my number one to say. Yeah. I run a 25% off sale on Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah, I thought about upping it, but I mean, my prices are, I feel like they're competitive enough. And like the stuff I source is a little more expensive than like people who are buying from the bins. So I only like to do 10% off, and I still do or best offer on all my stuff. So if people want an even bigger discount, they'll offer less. Sometimes I'll take it, sometimes I don't. How many text message? I have private insurance, but mine is like $350 a month. How? It must be super nice. Let me see. I sell part-time. Is it worth getting a store on eBay? So I don't know. So when I never had an eBay store until I went full-time. So to give you a background of my previous eBay from 17 to 25 years old, I would only run auctions every Thursday and Sunday. And so I never had an eBay store. I didn't see the benefits of it because I wasn't listing a ton. I didn't have a ton of stuff, and everything was turning over quickly. And I was only doing 7-day auctions. So, and I charged shipping on everything. But when I went full time, I realized like I'm going to have a store for obvious reasons. and I wanted to build inventory because when people come shop with you, they may be buying more than one item. So I switched everything over to buy it now, free shipping. But yeah, I mean, if you, I don't have an anchor store, I think it's called. I think I have the premium store. So I pay 75 bucks, or maybe I paid for the year. So maybe it was like 60 bucks a month. I don't know. I write off all of that stuff too. Yeah, see, Bethany, she has the highest store. Why do you have the highest store, Bethany? Especially since you did auctions for the longest time. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I mean, to each their own. Everyone has their reasons, but she doesn't like it. So, do you say your automatic best offer parameters on the listing? No, but I think by not having parameters set, especially if you do goods still canceled, something's going to be sitting for a while. And so if I know they've been sitting for a while and I get a decent offer that if I had set those parameters, they would have been automatically declined, then I would have lost out on that sale. Because at some point, if it's been sitting for a while, I'll take almost any single offer just to get it out the door, as long as I like break even or get close to break even. But so everyone talks about their anchor store customer rep being the best, but I've literally never been on the phone longer than 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm connected to someone. So, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm usually listing while I'm waiting, so it's not like it's not like I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. But again, like I'm not bashing it. Like, to each their own. Chelsea asks, can you list more as a newbie when you have a store than when you don't? No. So the store doesn't, like, if you're still like a newbie seller, you're still going to have those restrictions on your account, even if you do open up a store. But if you, like, I think if you open up a business eBay, they will automatically up your listings, even if you're newer. Don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure. But when my buddy let me use his account to do that test run, he didn't have a business account and his list or his selling limits were lower, and up a business eBay account, and he automatically got approved to like 4,000 items, and then I forget the monthly limit, but yeah. I've never had a problem with the quality of customer service I got though. Potty Mouth Motivator. So I'm fine. I've never really had a problem with eBay customer service, honestly. Do I sell much True Religion or Robert Graham stuff? Yeah, if I can find it. I don't find Robert Graham that much. And then True Religion, I don't find that often. I found it every now and again, but when I do find it, it sells pretty quickly. When I opened a new account as business like 2 weeks ago and it was still 10 items. Oh, well, his items were, or his listings were upped automatically. So I can only speak on him. And again, I mean, I haven't opened up a new eBay account in so long that I don't know what kind of changes they went through since that ever happened. So Wind and Willow asks, how many miles per week do I run in my favorite race distance? So I don't really run that much anymore. I would say tops like 20 miles a week. And my favorite distance, so my main event was the mile at Michigan State. I loved actually running cross country. I was all right with it. I was hurt 2 of the 4 years that I ran, but the 2 years I did run cross country, I was all region and we made nationals. So those are always fun. I mean, cross country was a little more tight knit group, smaller group. So when you were traveling, it wasn't hectic and you weren't all stressed out trying to get 40 people we're like 40 to 80 people. I have not ran sub 4. So random fact about me, I've run 4 flat 5 separate times. So 400 point something. Never broke it. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, middle distance was a fun time. How do you link your accounts? I don't know. I think there's a way. Or when you ask for higher selling limits, I think it gives you the option to link your accounts, and then you just put in your other eBay account name, I believe. Do you have? I mean, I'm in the Midwest too. I still find Robert Graham and True Religion every now and again. Yeah, I believe Bethany is correct. So I believe if you get banned from eBay, don't they ban all accounts that are linked to your name? I would assume that's the case. I've never. Brittany asked, "Do you use Real Real?" I've never used Real Real. I don't usually find a lot of their high-end brands that they want, men or women, or men or women's clothing. So I've never used it. I've never had the idea, or never had the inkling to try to use it. I think if you do have high-end stuff, yeah, maybe it does sell a lot faster there, and maybe for a higher amount of money, but you're also paying a lot in commission. But I mean, you're trading your time and effort. It's kind of like Amazon FBA. Like, obviously you're fine with paying those high fees because stuff will sell a lot faster, but I don't use it just because I haven't found any good stuff like that. Oh, interesting. So Potty Mouth Motivator said, I have a business account for a client. They got banned and their second and third account did not. So I would assume that it could be a case by case basis. So what percentage of your sales are eBay, Grailed, Etsy, and Poshmark? So by far, let me see. I can break it down for you real quick on my spreadsheet. So eBay right now, I'm sitting at 15.5 or 15,547 on eBay this month. Grailed was $932. Poshmark has been very good for me this month. 2,296 on Poshmark. Etsy has also been really good, but I did have a $700 sale on one item for that. Etsy is 3,601. Bonanza is 238, and not all those numbers aren't including today's money. So, but yeah, most of my money is still made on eBay. How can you look at solds on Grailed? I've never tried looking on solds. I'm sure there's a way, but I have zero idea. Bethany is just like a drug dealer over there. Has separate phones. She got to keep her business and personal separate. That's hilarious. Yeah. So for every $10,000, you average 7,000 in profit. No, I never said that. I mean, I don't really want to tell you my ROI. I mean, I don't know if it'd be like asking someone their salary. I don't mind giving you my overall numbers, but I mean, sorry if that came off as rude or anything, but I mean, 70% ROI would be pretty solid. So yeah. Oh wow, it's 11:45. So this has actually gone on for a long time, but it's gone quickly. I've enjoyed all your guys' questions. We have some very good people in the chat tonight that have been providing very good advice, comments, all of the above. So try to wrap it up a little bit. I do enjoy that you guys all came out. We had over 100 viewers. That may have been my first live over 100. So I appreciate coming out for the future for this week. So tomorrow I will be thrifting. I'll try to hit a couple thrift stores because I've been like working like a madman, taking photos and stuff. So this small pile will have to get listed, but I'll just pick up a few things tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'll be taking over State's Place YouTube for one video, probably mid-afternoon or so. And then I have my very first YouTube interview with First Coast Reseller. That's his Instagram name. So if you don't follow him, it's First Coast Reseller. He's another men's clothing. He does a lot of high-end stuff. He gets some very good prices. So if you guys have any questions for me to ask him, DM them to me. You can email them to me. It's just vogue1@gmail.com. I'll write them down. I'll give you credit for sending me the questions, and then I'll ask them because I need some question ideas outside of like the normal one. Like they can be personal questions, stuff that he sells, just really anything. Like I want to introduce him to everybody, to the YouTube world, to the Instagram reselling community, because he deserves a lot more followers than he has right now. Keep your kids in the basement when you watch Josh's videos. Yeah, I'm pretty real with you guys. I mean, I don't try to portray myself as someone that I'm not. So yeah, I cuss sometimes. I talk about. I'm just being real with you guys. That's why I like the Posh Hanger so much, because she's real with everyone on Instagram. If you don't follow her, hit her with the follow. So, but yeah, Wednesday, couple YouTube videos. Thursday, I'll probably be listing. Friday, I'll probably go sourcing again. And then it's the weekend. About to have me some fun. So, yep. Thanks everyone for coming out. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, all that stuff's in the description. And then, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So have a good night. Happy reselling. Hopefully sales have been great for you today. Take it easy.